Welcome to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.
Hi, everybody. I should say, wee! Oh, that's Monday's show. Hi, everybody. I'm spiritual medium Kellee White, and today is January 13th, 2022. And before I forget, a shout out to my assistant, Carissa. Carissa, happy birthday, honey. You are a blessing to everybody. I'm really lucky that you're in my life. I've known Carissa for years, so I'm really happy to say happy birthday to her. Special time. So, and I want to say hi to everybody. Hi, Stacy Thompson. I think I saw your name for tomorrow, which is very exciting. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Jean. Hi, Mrs. Shy Pro. Is that what am I saying that right? Hi from the YK. Wow. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Julie West. Hi, Elisa from Massachusetts. Yay. Hi, Dodie Green. Hey, Renee Martinez. How are you, honey? Hi, Sue. Hi, Diana. Hi, Patty Weeks. How are you? Hi, Deborah. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Karen Bennett. Oh my gosh, this is always so fun. Hi, Emily. Hi, I could just say hi to everybody. Hi, Kim Ann. Oh my gosh. Hi, Lee. Hi, Deb. This is hi, Steve. And you are a teacher. I love that. Okay. Well, oh, thank you, Carrie. She says, I love your shows. Thank you so much. It's just so much fun to say hi to everybody and to see where everybody is from. My gosh. Hi, Tamulin from Alberta, Canada. Wow, this is very good. Hey, Dee from Chicago. See, I could just keep doing this, but I'm going to go now into a couple of things. The first thing I want to mention today is that, as many of you know, James Van Praagh lost his beloved um, dog Maisie and his real constant companion for the past over 12 years. And everybody was asking me how James is doing. And has been a hard week. It's a really been very difficult. And I wanted you to know that I spoke to him today and he was doing a little better. He's doing a little better. He found a distraction, which I had to laugh about because he got me into it. It's called Emily in Paris. So if you have on Netflix, it's actually a lighthearted for these very challenging times that we have right now. So he's doing a little better. He's doing a little better. Okay. And then we'll see him again on Monday. But anyway, so how is everybody doing with the intensity of this month? Somebody, I think it was me, that predicted this month was going to be rough. And it's not an easy one. It's certainly not an easy one. I'm going to start by talking about Mercury retrograde. And that starts tomorrow. Mercury retrograde begins tomorrow, but you can already feel the effects. It was so funny. My daughter called me today and she said, Did you make a mistake on those dates? Because, it's already been a really difficult, challenging time. And actually, there's a shadow side for Mercury retrograde, and it always starts off several days before, actually, even a couple of weeks before, but certainly the 3 days before. And it begins, the actual process of it has not already began, but it's January 14th, and this goes to February 2nd. And this Mercury retrograde is unlike any that we've had for a couple of big reasons. First, all we have four Mercury retrogrades this year. Four. Normally we have three. So that's unusual right there. And Mercury retrograde means Mercury is the fastest moving planet. And when it goes retrograde, it means planets don't go backwards, but they slow down a great deal. And so when the fastest moving planet slows down, it causes a lot of havoc. And it causes things like it's a time where things break. Um, you don't want to sign a contract during Mercury retrograde. These are kind of the normal things. Things break, things go kind of awry. Old people come back into your lives. Those are the kind of things that happen during Mercury retrograde. But this is a little different. This particular Mercury retrograde, because another thing about it that makes it kind of complicated. The first thing I'm going to say is that it begins in an air sign, and then on January 26th, it still retrograde goes into an earth sign. So what does that mean? Well, air signs have a lot to do with travel, airlines, communication. So expect that to be very challenging. Okay, very challenging. Then when it goes into the Earth sign on January 26th, that's about finances. Okay, and that goes into the economy in the world. So a very intense time. The other piece of this Mercury retrograde that makes it more complicated is that makes it really unusual. It conjuncts Saturn. So conjuncting means to be next to. So it's next to Saturn. Mercury in retrograde next to Saturn. Saturn is the planet of the old ways of doing. It's karma. It's intense. It's government. Um, Also finances. It's very intense, Saturn. And so when Mercury is next to it, things will be heightened. Emotions are going to be heightened. Things are going to be more challenging, but that's not enough. And so during that time, you have to really watch your thinking. You have to really think before you speak. This is going to teach us all a lot. The other uh, difficult thing that's going on here is that when Mercury is retrograde, it also squares Uranus. So we have two major things happening here. So it conjuncts Saturn and it squares Uranus. Uranus is the planet of surprise, new age, technology. It's a different type of energy. And that also can bring some excitement, but it also might bring some unpredictability moments. So this next several weeks people may be a little more anxious, they may feel unsettled, and that's the kind of time period that we're in. So hence, watch Emily in Paris. It's lighthearted romp. See look how I circled around for that one? It's going to be a very intense Mercury retrograde, unusual, and it's going to be a challenge for, again, travel is going to be a challenge, frankly. That virus will be a challenge for us. Now, it is a great time to finish products or projects that you've started. It's a great time for that. It's a great time to go inward. And I think people are just friggin' sick of going inward. And yet, that's what you're probably going to be doing during this time. I think even I'm sick of it. But still, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going in. Pay attention to things in Mercury retrograde because it means to reanalyze, redo, reconnect, revisit, those kind of things. Anything with an RE in front of it is Mercury retrograde. But this is a real powerful time. So I just really wanted to start off with that. But that's not enough. There's more. There's more coming up down this pike in January. Here's the thing, and Renee Hounsel, you said it. You sent me a text on this, or at some sort of got some sort of alert on this. You said you have to have a sense of humor, and yes, yes, you do. You have to have a sense of humor because this is a very difficult time. Don't forget also that Mars is in Gandanta in Vedic astrology, and that goes until about the 18th, and that brings a lot of deep emotions, a lot and it can bring sadness and grief. And I will say this, there are a lot of folks that are passing away during this time. For some reason, it's energetically, they probably didn't want to go into 2022 too much. And so there's going to be a lot of that. And so people will need to be learning how to grieve. And grieving is a whole process in itself. I mean, if you view this as, again, as light workers that are here to bring heaven to earth, that's the way to view everything. What am I learning from this experience? Because if you are here during this time, you wanted to be here during this time. You really did. You signed up for it. You wanted to be here because it grows your soul 7 times. So I really encourage you to get unstuck. If you're stuck, get unstuck. Find your passion. This is a great time to revisit what you love to do. If you love to read, if you love to help people, if you love to cook, if you love to, make things, if you love to learn, um, if you need to find your road, find it. And often it's found through passion. If you're passionate about something, if you're here to help people, that would be the greatest thing ever. Um, And on the 16th, so this is like every day there's something. I mean, I could be here for days just saying, "Oh my God," every day is something. So when people start texting me, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Just go to my blog. You'll see it on my website." But on January 16th, the sun in Capricorn conjuncts Pluto in Capricorn. Very intense day, the 16th. So every day is going to be intense. That brings power struggles. So you really want to watch that because Pluto is the hidden. That means that things could come out of the friggin' blue. And you're like, what is happening here? Like, what's going on? So just know that it's a kind of a very, very intense time. I will say too, I want to remind people, I did an event yesterday with Jen Weigel. Hi, Jen. And it was a wonderful event on spirit guides. And what we talked about was during this period of time, if you're somebody that forgets your keys, like you can't find your keys, make sure you're putting them in a place every day. Like this is the time to establish a place for your keys so you don't lose them because the energy is going to be kind of cloudy. It's going to be kind of cloudy energy. So you want to establish a place for your keys. You want to make sure you turn off your oven or your stove. You want to check those things that you may not think about, but now I'm telling you to think about them. Think about it. And on the 17th, we have a full moon in Cancer, and that is opposing Pluto, Pluto the hidden. So that's going to bring up a lot. This full moon that's coming up on the 17th is going to bring up a lot of emotions for people and transformation. Remember, January begins this deep process of transformation. I can hear you all right now going, but we already did that. No, 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 no. There's still some more. There's still some more. A lot of things. It's also, though, the kind of year that whatever I want to go back to that word passion. If you're passionate about something, do it. Do it. If you're passionate about music, write it, compose it, do it. If you're passionate about writing, do it. Um, if you want to be a doula, do it. Whatever you're being called to do, take the action and do it. Okay, just take the action. Now is absolutely the time to do it. So I wanted to say that on astrology to see what's going on. But now I want to answer some questions here. And I want to say hi to everybody again. Thanks for joining me today. I can't get to everybody, certainly because I have so many questions here, but and so many birth dates. And I am going to pick some cards and go over some readings here, but I'll do the best I can. So I'm going to do the best I can. Um, but the one question that really, really got to me, and I have to answer this question first. It was by Renee Bear King. And so, Renee, if you're listening, you wrote me a beautiful question here, and it really got to me. And Tammy Hendricks, if you're listening, I really want you to help me with this one. She said, I share a concern for the owners of pets that travel to spirit and their loss. So, what she's talking about is when an animal owner passes away and the animal is left alone. So she writes, family or friends may adopt them, yet some do not have another home, and they are displaced and in grief. Offer solace, pleas for dogs, cats, and others left behind. Could not agree more, Renee. When I read that, I just almost started to cry because it's so true. And we have so many people that are exiting, and because of COVID, a lot of animals are left alone. And so please be mindful of that. If you know somebody that has an animal whose owner has passed, make sure that animal knows he's or she is loved and taken care of, really. And I think Tammy Hendricks, maybe that's a topic for your show, because Tammy's a wonderful animal communicator, and she has a show on Wednesdays. And so I think be a great topic, Tammy, for you to talk about. But that really got to me. I just want you to know that. I thought it was such an insightful question. I loved it. I just loved that one. So thank you very much. And I want to answer this question too by Julie West. Hi, Julie. She said, Hi, Kellee. I know you said that after you pass, you will see family members that never cared about you, and do you see them after you cross over? And do they stay with you? Wondering why. So let's talk about that. We all have family members that are intolerable. Did I say that? We all have family members that have caused us issues. for the role they've played in our life. And some may never have cared about us, like you're asking or you're talking about. But here's what happens when they cross over and we cross over. When they cross over, they do a life review and they will see how in their life review how they treated you or mistreated you. And they will have to feel that emotional pain. They'll have to feel it. It's part of the process of growing, and they'll have to understand what they've done. It's how a soul evolves. And so nothing is unseen. It's all seen. Any kind of abuse, it's all seen. Um, but then what happens is often there'll be a very deep, the kind of deep apology that you wish you could have had here. And so just know that, okay? So they do. They literally need. It's kind of like that Dickens tale. They have to see what's going on. There's a great book by Danny and Brinkley. I think it's called Saved by the Light, and he talks about his experience with a near-death experience. He was struck by lightning in his house while he was on the phone. I think it was pretty bad, and it shocked him out of his body. He had I think, a massive heart attack out of it, or there's some major story there with him. And he talked about he had been in Vietnam and he had killed a lot of people, and he had to feel not only their pain but of the families that he left that were left behind, but he also had to feel the pain of the grandchildren. So isn't that interesting? So he's going to be on a show with James and me, hopefully in the next couple of months. So it's a good story, but it's really true. So you don't have to worry about that. So, and Wendy Conrad Blasky, she says, this has always intrigued me. My uncle was born on August 3rd. My grandfather, died on August 3rd. That's someday. At the age of 56. My father died 56 years later on August 3rd. Oh my God. When I was 56. What is it with the threes and the 56s on my father's side of the family? Well, must be some sacred number for you, some sacred time. That is flooring. And August 3rd is a 10 of diamonds, which actually means blessed. So it's definitely some message for you guys to pay attention to. 56 is an 11. Oh, here we go. And August 3rd is an 11 too, also. So August is an 8 in 3. 8 and 3 is an 11. And 56 is an 11. So an 11s mean the teacher. It's a very significant, actually. Fascinating, but very significant. It's about all I can say on that because that was so interesting to me. And Lori Letterby, she says, and this is a good question, Lori. I'd like to know what a Saturn return means. So you'll hear me talk about Saturn returns. A Saturn only returns every about 28, 29, 30 years. And it means it goes around the sun. It takes 30 years to go around to everything. And the first time the first Saturn return is about 28, 29, or 30. And it means that it's time that you face adulthood. It is a Saturn. Saturn is so serious. It means serious. So Saturn return is often when you'll find kids growing up that get married, have children, find a career, those kind of things. Or there can be a lot of loss during that time too. Saturn is serious. It means serious. So it's a serious time. The next Saturn return happens about 56 to 60, and that's often where we will lose our parents. That's often where we consider our lives. We actually look back and review our lives, and that exactly happened to me. All of the above happened to me on Saturn returns. If you look at your life at about 28, 29, 30, and then again at about 56 to 60, Saturn return. So anyway, just I had to get some of those out there. Hi, Debbie Horan. And Debbie Horan, you had a question for me too. So let me find this. Okay, so Debbie Foster Horan, this is for, you said your Don, I think is your husband, would like a mini reading. Okay. He also wanted me to ask you why his previous Mimi stopped her constant communication with him via his cell phone since Thanksgiving. Now, I'm assuming that your previous Mimi means maybe his mother, his grandmother passed away, and maybe she was talking to him through his phone. Eventually, spirits have other things to do. How about that for a reading for him? And his birthday is 6:30. So 6:30 is a king of hearts. Oh my gosh, that's a he comes in definitely to be a father. And this year for him is a 6 year. So a 6 year means trying to get balance. Good luck, Don, with that one. It means trying to get balance. Okay. It should be a very good year for you on a lot of levels. It should be a very good year for you. Okay. So I had to let's see. Here we go. So Rhonda Mills, my daughter hopped the veil on 6/3/2019 on my parents' 58th wedding anniversary. Wow. Well, number one, Rhonda, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. But that is a special day that she chose, isn't it? And we do choose our points. We choose them. Some of us have more than one exit point. Some of us have two, three. I swear, somebody in my family, I literally had like nine. It's always flooring to me. But she would exit on that day on your parents' anniversary is actually special. It would have been a special day here. Okay. Crystal Lynn, hi Kelly. I'm seeing a lot of twos around me. And my birthday is 11/22, and I'm a tiger. You're the tiger. Well, Crystal Lynn, this ought to be a heck of a year for you because let's see, for you, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's a 3 year for you. So, but you're seeing a lot of twos. So pay attention to twos, everybody, because this year of 2022 is going to bring about a lot of changes in everything, I think. Businesses, if you're thinking about making a change in business, this is the time. Probably not today or tomorrow because Mercury is headed in this kind of disastrous Mercury retrograde, but once we get out of this, maybe February would be a good time, March would be a good time, but plan now if you're trying to make a change in your life. Um, start looking at that. Start looking at that because I think that would be very good. And the year of the tiger is going to be really, really interesting. And Laura Hoffman is asking me if I have a good beginner book on astrology. I do, and I can't think of it in my head right now, but I'll put one up there for you, okay? Because I do know some really good ones. Susie Wright, my son's birthday is tomorrow on January 14th, 1988. He had many life changes. Will this be a new beginning for him, Kelly? Wow. He could really use some positive changes in his life. I bet he could. I bet he could, honey. So January 14th is a um, King of Diamonds. Oh, they come in with power, actually, a lot of power, but a lot of life changes, as you said. So this is also a 3 year for him. And how I'm getting that is if you add 20 and 22, it's a six. 2 plus 2 plus 2 is a six. And you just take the month you were born. So the one is January. And then he was born on the 14th. So you add those together and that's five. 6 plus 6 is 12, which equals a three. You always kind of whittle it down to one number, unless it's a 11, 22, or a 33. Okay, so I hope that I think he'll have some life changes that come back right now because of his birth date, right at that Mercury retrograde. So I think he'll be dealing with a lot of his challenges, but he has a really strong path, Susie. And you have to remember as a mother, I must say this 100 times a day to mothers and fathers, the soul, we have to allow our children's souls to have their experiences. It's a really hard one. It's the hardest one I think any mother will ever do. Actually, it's a tough one. Sarah Hicks, I have to answer this. My dad's birthday was 5/17. Two of diamonds. I know that one well. Very creative. Are you in the music business? Do you do anything with music? Often I find a lot of musicians that were born the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th of May. A lot of them. So that's but good for you, Sarah. So 6 and 8 is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's a 1 year for you. So new beginnings. That's going to be great. So Renee Martinez, you are 1 1. Yes, Renee Martinez, because your birthday is January 1st. Literally. I'll never forget that one. And yes, it's an 8 year for you, honey. Power. That's a good thing. Pammy Greening, so you are 1010. So that's an 8 year for you too. An 8 year brings power. Just that's very cool. And October 10th is a Queen of Clubs. So you come in to learn everything. In fact, you probably know everything already, which is, I love Queen of Clubs. They outthink me. Really. They're pretty cool here. I have to say I love them. It's, oh my gosh. So let's see what else. Okay, hold on. I have so many cards and so many things. You know what I'm gonna do? Oh, hold on. Mrs. Shy Pro 1. My mom is in a bad place with anxiety. She said goodbye to me last night. Do you know when we are going to pass over? Your birthday is 10/17. So I don't ever talk about when somebody's going to pass over or not. Do you have the feeling that she is going to? Now, sometimes people just have a lot of anxiety right now. I mean, this world has really kind of pumped up a lot of anxiety here. If you can take a step back, and I say this every day, and I got this from my producer, Renee, who said this to me. So, Renee, I really thank you for this because I use this every day too. Observe with detachment on everything. It will really help your anxiety. Okay. Um, Paula Bean, 1122. I'd love some hope. I've had a trying 3 years. I bet anybody who was born with an 11 and a 22, I can only bet, honey, that you've had some rough times there. I bet. So if I look at it, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it's another three, a lot of creativity. Now, when I see a three, threes for the year will have to work on doing more than one thing. And the reason is because that energy, if it's not used properly, can cause some anxiety. So you want to, three energy you want to use to create, create, create. And 1122, bless your heart, is a Jack of Hearts. And Jack of Hearts comes in to do sacrifice. So you did not take an easy road. But again, observe with detachment. And you know what, honey, I'm going to get a card for you because I do know that that's that's a big one. I'm using today James's Power of Love. Okay. I figure that we all need some love right now. We could all use some good love, and we just can. So, Paula, this is for you. Evolution. Oh, you realize that obstacles are merely lessons on your path to love. Evolution. Oh, I love that. So, everybody can use that one because it's true. Anytime we have any challenge we have is about learning, growing our soul. What did we learn for this? Sometimes they end up being the most amazing things that could ever have happened to us because we have learned so much, and that's going to be important. Okay, let's see. Melania Stan, I have to answer this one. 429. He's a very shy boy. Your son is on April 29. So April 29 is a five of clubs. Is he shy from speaking up? Because he comes in to speak up. He actually comes in to speak up, and he comes in to speak his truth, you know? So he'll be okay. Actually, he will be okay, Melania. Um, so let's see. Dorothy Eastman, I feel like I have some big changes coming on. Well, let's get you a card here, okay? Dorothy, I'm going to get a card for you. And it says, interesting. Gratitude. You fully appreciate the invaluable lessons that life lovingly presents to you. So have excitement for all the big changes that we're all going through. Big changes, believe me, we're all going through it. We're all in this together. Um, and what I was going to talk about earlier today too is on, and I should mention this, and I don't have it set up yet, but on February 5th, Dr. Shirley and Pellizzeri and I are going to be teaching a class. It's a seminar really on the effects of COVID, the emotional effects and the spiritual effects. Because what we're running into now are people are so angry. There's a lot of anger around it. You know, before they may have had anger, now we're kind of really going into that period of it. And so we're going to be talking about what it is to lose somebody with COVID, We're going to be talking about the effects of it, just the effects of constant bombardment of it. So as soon as that is available, I'll let you know. But it's February 5th, and it's a 2 hour or maybe possibly 3 hour webinar. Okay. Okay. Paul Katz, I know that death happens every day, and I'm aware of Pluto's placement that might have some bearing on what's happening. However, wondering if you are noticing an increased intensity around the subject of death. Yes, Paul, that's exactly why we decided to do this webinar. Actually, it feels different. Example, high profile people seem to be hightailing it out of here almost daily. I'll tell you, nobody was more shocked than I was about Bob Saget. I was floored by this. He was a really nice guy, and he truly was. So it really surprised me. Yeah, we're losing a lot of people right now. I think they didn't sign up for this, and sometimes um, people can help us more on the other side. So when there's been a sudden death, like truly out of the blue, they may have I'm sure they only signed up for whatever it was, and then they felt like they could help more on the other side. So kind of keep that in mind, to use another lens of it as we see it happening. And remember, this is all an illusion here. Okay, remember, we get through this. Our home is on the other side. We go back home. We're here to learn, to grow, to be kind to one another, to do our passion work. That we're here to bring light to the planet. You have to think like that. I'm not going to be the biggest cheerleader around as we get through this time, as we get literally through it. We get through this difficult challenge, but it's not like today or tomorrow. That's for damn sure. Um, okay, Steve Kanicki, January 22nd. Okay, let's get you a card here. Let's see, 6, 10, 11. Oh, you're an 11 for the year, Steve. Okay, because 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Woo, good year for you. So I recall you are a teacher, and this is a teaching year for you. Wow, you learn a lot and you'll be able to teach a lot. So a card for you would be, especially as a teacher, I guess you'll get the sense of humor on this, tolerance. Tolerance. You appreciate other points of view because you sense the love in everyone. And that's, God bless you for teaching. And God bless all you teachers that are out there. Wow. And all these doctors and nurses that are out there. And how about the people that work in the store and the truck drivers? I'm like, I have such a renewed appreciation. I said this in 2020. I said it in 2021, and I'm going to say it again in 2022. Here we go. Liz Perez, I have to say this again. Hi, Kellee. I'm restructuring my local business and pricing. Is Mercury retrograde a good time, or wait until February? It's a great time to restructure it now. Excellent time to restructure, redo, recreate, and then launch it after February, 3rd or 4th or 5th after that. Okay. Great time. But I do want to remind everybody that if you want a great book, so I love this book, Purposefully Co-Creating with Liz Perez, and she wrote it, and it's so great. And Liz, if you could put the correct link in for people to buy it, it's so great. And it talks about aligning your purpose, and it really keeps you on schedule. My God, it's the secret to manifesting happiness. It does keep you aligned with schedule. I mean, you could set your intentions, you meditate, it talks about the foods you eat. I tell you what, this is a great go-to book. And I love that you put this together, Liz. I just think it's Lizette. I think it's just the greatest gift, and everybody should use that for right now. Everybody should use it right now. Karen, what about a 4? Are you talking about 444 or just the number 4? The number 4 means balance. If you're a 4-year, it means you want structure and balance, more structure. So if you think of it this way, think about what would make you feel that your life has structure. You want to bring structure to your life, and then ultimately bring structure to others. But as 4 is very good, actually, 4 years are good. Patty Maciel, I have never had a card reading. Well, let's do something about that right now. Okay, September 9th. So 9/9. Okay, let's look at that. So September 9th is a 2 of diamonds. one of my favorite cards of all time. It means creative, it means partnership, it means business. So you really come in, it means to wheel and deal. Probably nothing you couldn't do, really. It's all about also dropping any negativity. You've got to drop all negativity here with the two of diamonds. So one area they have to kind of watch. Um, and this year for you is 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 6. It's a 6 year for you. Balance, balance, balance. Sixes are always balance. Okay, so Lee Star, this is a great question. I have identical twin boys born on 9/11. Wow, they really wanted to be here. I tell you that. Any significance with numerology? Well, they would both have the same exact numbers in numerology, and so they were born. They're eights in numerology because if I think 2004 is a six, 7, 8 and yeah, 7, is that right? Yeah, 17, 18. So I believe that's an 8. If I did that right, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, 8. And eights are power. And yeah, double them. That's a lot of power in one home. Uh, that ought to be something here. And on 9/11 is a King of Clubs day. Interesting enough. So they gotta outthink everybody, these 2. Oh, you got your hands full. Wow. I think it's kinda cool. Shelley Schreiner. Hi, Kelly. How is the year ahead for my birthday, January 23rd? So that is a 5, 6, and a 6 is a 3. So it's a creative year for you. Your rising sign is Taurus. And so how will Uranus affect me? A lot, honey. It'll affect you a lot. It will bring surprises to your life. It will bring earthy, probably a new job if you were looking into that. Even a new job could help. It's something, it'll move you. It's a very good placement for that. I would say expect big changes right now. Big changes here. Conchetta Aparo. Kelly, I've had this one butterfly around me from the start of the year. Wow, that's amazing. It flies into me and sits on my car when I'm trying to wash it. When you're trying to wash your car, oh, I can step outside without this butterfly making itself known to me. Wow, I'd never heard of this one before. That's amazing. Clearly, it's a message from a loved one. I don't know who that loved one would be, but it's bringing you, or it could even be your guide or your spirit guides easily. But it's definitely a message. And it also means this: transformation, transformation, transformation. Butterflies mean transformation. And it can be in a really good way. And I wanted to answer this question before I forget too. Deborah Sweet wrote this. She said, any information on my niece, whose birthday is 10/6. I had an odd dream about her and a cicada. And I really wanted to talk about that because just like a butterfly, a cicada means rebirth. It means transformation. So your niece is probably here. You have some psychic thoughts that she is going to be have some sort of a transformation. She's going to grow up, perhaps change, something like that, which is always good. And Tracy Hildreth, I have to answer this question for you too. This is a great question. I think you guys will love this one. She said, I've had the urge or the need to watch movies or listen to music of people, oh God, that end up being reported as, I'll use the word dead, in the next couple of days. These people aren't generally people I follow, so I'm not sure where the need is coming from. It seems like I'm tapping into it. Yes, there is a current. So when we talk about the idea that there's an exit point, right? That and especially if somebody is well known, famous, or whatever, that may go out in the universe. So you might be tapping in, you are tapping into that energy of that something is there's about to be a change. So that's real psychic ability, tapping into the oneness of everything. And pay attention to it. Pay attention to it. Because it seems to me there's going to be a lot of those kind of exit points. But Susie says, thanks, Kelly. It's hard to watch them struggle, especially with heartbreak. It's the hardest thing of all, Susie, the hardest thing. I want you to remember that it's as although I know your heart is breaking too because I know you lost your beloved grandson. He's watching the family. He's an angel watching over all of you. Okay. And it would have been an agreed upon event on the other side. You would have all agreed upon this one. Um, but is it hard? It's impossible. It's impossible. Really, it's impossible. That kind of loss. It really sends you guys a lot of love, you know. Your son might, I don't know if it would help him to join some sort of group, or our therapist certainly would help. Okay. Okay. Tom Owen, I'm wondering if I'm going to find a job living my spiritual purpose. So your birthday is September 27. So September 27 is a 10 of hearts. So you come into this life, 10 of hearts comes in to work on themselves and to work on groups. So think like this. Is there something, and anybody who was born between around September 14th, I'm going to say, till about October 5th, 6th, 4th, 5th, 6th, something like that, comes in often as therapists. They come in to help others. They come in as light workers, psychics, mediums. They come in to help the world. It's that big Virgo place there. They come in to help. And I know you're thinking you're a Libra, but you're really a true Virgo. And you've got to do something with a spiritual purpose to help the world. So let's get you a card here, okay? And for the year for you, 18, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 6. It's a 6 again, balance. You'll find it. It says your card is harmony. You are able to feel a loving, balanced, which is the sixth connection with everything. So really ask yourself, where do you feel the most that you're called in to do? And then here's the thing, just do it. Take action. My brother used to say, action, Jackson. Just do it. Take action. Okay, so if Amy Augustine, she says, if a person didn't know their real birth day, would the cards be accurate for an assigned date of birth? Both of my children are adopted from China. 7-3 and 11-2 are their birth dates estimated by their size when they were found as infants and brought to the orphanage. Wow, Amy, that is such a great question. I think it's a good question. Let's see. Let me just see, and I'll tell you if this fits. Just we can. I don't know. That's a really good question, because it's probably off a bit. But God, think of their uh, trajectory. I mean, that's mind blowing, right? That's just amazing. God bless you for, for everything that you have done with them. It's hard to imagine life like that, isn't it? So, okay, and on July 3rd, so it's July 3rd is a Queen of Diamonds. So is she, uh, well, Queen of Diamonds comes in with a hard life path, just in general. Queen of Diamonds has a really hard life path, and it often has to do with the mother from the beginning. And so it sounds like, I mean, clearly there was a situation here, but a Queen of Diamonds they always have to overcome self-worth. So it may fit, but they also have this very regal position. It's real interesting. So that could be right. And your other one is 11-2, November 2nd, 11-2. And 11-2 is a 5 of diamonds self-worth. I have a feeling these are pretty accurate here, because a 5 of diamonds, by the way, is cloaked in angels. There are angels everywhere with the 5 of diamonds. And just know that I believe that's probably pretty accurate. And you would be helping them with, even though they may not recall any of the traumas, they're implicit. They're implicit there. So, okay, good. That's amazing. Thanks, Amy, for sharing that. I really appreciate that. Okay. Let's see. Carol Trotman, 925. Okay, here's a card for you, Carol. This is interesting. Loyalty. Loyalty. It says your reliability demonstrates your loving sense of devotion and consistency of being. And 925 is a Queen of Hearts. And so there would be a lot of love to give to a lot of people. And I bet you are very loyal. I bet you are very loyal. I love that. Dorothy Eastman, I feel like there are some big changes coming for me, and my birthday is October 8th. October 8th is an Ace of Diamonds, and I do feel that Ace of Diamonds are going to have a lot of changes coming up this year. And for 14, 15, it's a 6 again for you. So Ace of Diamonds, they are like the sharks of the world. They get through, they can do things. I've never seen energy like that. So I would bet that there are big changes coming up for you. Let's get you a card, okay? And here is a card. Ooh, creativity. Oh, I love this card. Creativity. You love to devise new ideas, innovations, and forms of illumination. Okay, Dorothy. So you get at that. Okay, hi, Ann Margaret. Happy Thursday. You know what, Ann Margaret? I'm going to get you a card. Here we go. And this is elevation. Elevation. Ooh, you are making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. And hence, any family situations, you rise above it. You rise above it. That's what you do here. And Lori Guthier Young, I have to say, Lori, congratulations in grad school. I hope it's going really well for you. I think about you often, and I'm really proud of you. And yes, she says it's hard being a mother and realizing that our children are on their own journey. And Lori, take that and then add the therapist piece to it. You're just like, it's unbelievable. And then you really have an appreciation also of the human condition, right? You have a big appreciation of the human condition. And believe me, you're going to see a lot of the human condition out there. So you got to love humanity in all of its form. And boy, it's interesting. It is interesting. Patty Campbell, I have never had a card reading. 11 11 55. Wow. Okay, so an 11 11, which is powerful enough, and an 11 11 is a 9 of clubs. But 11 11, we don't really break down because it's such a powerful, you really come in uh, to overcome and to complete life lessons here. That's what this is. 9 of clubs is all about completion. So an 11 11 you would have had some pretty hard life lessons here to have learned, and completions. A lot of them wouldn't have felt fair. I'll just say that right now. But I'm going to get you a card, honey. And 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is a new beginning year for you. So let's get you oh, here we go. A card for you is self love. Oh, I love that. Self love. You realize that love of self is necessary to love another. Boy, is that the truth. And I'm going to add to that self love, compassion for everything that you would have gone through. Everything. Okay. Bernadette Ianota, February 18th. February 18th is a 7 of Diamonds day. And 7 of Diamonds, also, it's about values and spiritual values. All sevens are about values. And this year for you is, let's see, 11, 8. It's a power year. And you actually are a power person, but it's a power year for you. So it should be really good. Okay. Hi, Kellee. This is from Karen Demock. I would love a reading. July 27th. Need some good news. Don't we all? I'm going to give you some good news. Here we go. So, July 27 is an Ace of Clubs. Oh, I love Ace of Clubs. They all come for information. You come for knowledge. You came into this lifetime to learn everything about everything. You would have probably changed your career many times. You learn this, time to move on. Next time to move on. And it's a powerful life to learn. And it's why you came here. It's why you wanted to be here. So for you is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. Oh, I think it's a 22 year if I did that right. Hold on a minute. 6 and 9, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I think you're a 22 this year. Whoa. I hope I'm doing that right. I did it pretty quickly. Wow. That's a powerful year to be a 22 in a 2022 year. Here's what I would say. There will be a lot of um, building in your life, a lot of building in your life. So that is use this power because July 27 is very powerful. I bet you learned something completely new. And let's get you a card, something that you need in this lifetime. Virtue. You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. So I'm guessing that you do something to help others and encourage them. You'll have the strength, honey, to do it. That's a really powerful year. Huge. Melanie KR, she says, I often see 11 11. or 111 as hospital social worker. I look forward to your show every week. Oh, thanks, honey. And May 17th, again, my dad must be around. That was his birthday. Um, two of diamonds. And so 1111 means, and we just talked about 1111 with her birthday. So 1111 means means a new beginning. It means all of us were programmed before we came in with certain numbers so we would wake up. See, this lifetime we chose to wake up. Well, I'll say most people, some people. How about just a few people? But we chose to wake up. But 1111 is that kind of thing that kind of goes into our system that goes, wait a minute, what's going on here? It makes you wake up to the fact that you're not alone. There's a spiritual message going around. It's a spiritual, this is a spiritual place. So 1111 is important. And the fact that you're a hospital social worker, really, honey, I really, that's fantastic. I'm going to get you a card because I think that you're doing really great work. And it is a hard, what you do as a social worker is hard, working in a hospital is hard. Congratulations. That's great. And here is a card for you. Integrity, which I would have to say, I don't even know you, but it makes sense here. You demonstrate the truth and honesty of your soul and manifest love with your every action. Fantastic. That's fantastic. Keep us posted with how you're doing as a social worker in a hospital. Okay, I think it's important. Sylvia Santa Cruz, I have the sweetest daughter, Emma, on 12/9. I was once told she is a moon child. Oh, that's fascinating. She is high functioning autistic. Also, she was named after my grandmother who raised me. I was also told that it was wrong to name her after an ancestor. It all depends. We choose our names on the other side. So I would say she wanted to have that expression, that she wanted to come in with that. Okay, so just know that we choose our names. We choose all of our names on that side. You might think, why would I have chosen that name? Well, for a reason, for whatever the energetic value of it, for whatever it was. So on 12/9, so 12/9, December 9 is a nine of clubs. So she comes to complete things in this lifetime. Now, what I find for autism or anybody that's on the spectrum is I find they're not from here. And I mean that they're often uh, from other galaxies that come in to bring us. They wanted to be here so badly in this time because they wanted to have this experience of being in a body. They think they have such spectacular thinking here, and they're going to bring in new technology, new everything that we need in this dimension. And often, I mean, every soul has a purpose here. Every soul that's here has a purpose. You think, seriously? But they do. They do. It's no accident that they're here. So that just know that, okay? Um, Belinda Dana, 8/15, August 15. August 15th is a Jack of Clubs. So that a Jack of Clubs is somebody that also comes to learn a lot of everything. They have energy for days. I mean, and they have to take really good care of themselves. You always have to take good care of yourself. I often find with Jack of Clubs, social workers or therapists or something in that field. Okay. So let's see. Rudy Perez, what is my purpose? Okay. So you were born on July 10th. July 10th. What is your purpose? Five of diamonds. Five of diamonds comes to learn about themselves and overcome self worth. They want to understand self worth. They also come in about self worth and getting through a lot of their traumas, because there would have been a lot of traumas, working with angels. Often they come in to be spiritualists working with angels, or spiritualists, or helping others. That's really the life purpose there. So, Anne Margaret, how is James today? That's what I was talking about a little earlier in the show. He is doing a little better, a little better. He's doing a little better. We have a really interesting guest on our show on Monday. His name is Clint Ober, and he's the founder of Grounding. And it's going to be so interesting because we're going to talk about all the grounding products that are out there to help people get grounded. And what a good time to talk about grounding. Oh, you're going to find this show on Monday fascinating because he's pretty extraordinary. I love his work. I absolutely love his work. So let's see. Okay. Tammy Lynn Moynihan Kennelly. Keneally. My husband Mike on 7/27 has had a bad 2 years for work. Will this be a better year for him? Let's see. So 7/27, July 27. Again, Ace of Clubs. So he's got to get something else. Yes. Hold on a minute. 6. Okay. 13 and 20. Oh, is that a 22 year for him? Oh boy, that's a builder year. Is that right? I have to do this the old fashioned way. Hold on a minute. 7 plus 9 plus 6, 15, 16, 17, 18, 22. Wow. 22 year. Oh, it's a big year for him. Yeah, he will find work this year because the 22 is builder. They destroy and they rebuild. 22 is really powerful. I'd say this, get out of his way. He's got a lot going down. I would say yes, he definitely gets a job this year. I don't convert the birthday to a tarot card. I'm using the destiny cards. So it's a system called the destiny system. It's how, and each birth date is on this destiny system. And I happen to love it because it works for me. So I happen to love this. So what else here? There's so many so many people. I'm sorry I didn't get to everybody, but I was doing the best I can here with everything. So Brandy Tapia on March 10th. Oh, that's Dr. Shirley's birthday. That's Dr. Shirley. I already know that one's a King of Diamonds. And a King of Diamonds for women, it means you're female, but you have a male brain. And it's a really powerhouse uh, that placement is very powerhouse. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it's a new beginning for you too, honey. It's a new beginning. My daughter's birthday, Karen Rager. My daughter's birthday is 5/29, and she's overwhelmed. So 5/29, May 29 is a 3 of clubs. 3 of clubs can be getting overwhelmed. I'll tell you, here's the advice. Yeah, she has to do something creative, Karen. That energy of a 3, she's got to get very, very creative. So have her writing, have her doing music, have her doing art, have her doing something creative. She also has a business sense there too. So she needs a purpose. She has to get her purpose. And but 3 of clubs tends to come in. Watch the show on Monday with the grounding that we're going to do, that our guest Clint Ober, because grounding really is good for anxiety. Okay, she'll get through it all. She'll get through it all. And I'm going to pick a card for everybody. All right, here we go. Here's a card for everybody. Ooh, I love this. The card for everybody tonight is willingness. Willingness. And it says, you are able to compromise if the end result is love. Let's all put that out there, that we're all going to be getting through all of this through a lot of love for each other, a lot of compassion for each other, a lot of kindness, and get into your purpose. Start taking action. This is a great time to review your life, look at what you want to do, and then here's the funny part about that: do it. Just do it. I think I have a sign up there that says, just do it. There you go. That was from my mom. It was in her office. And after we moved her office, I took that and I kept it. Just do it. All right, honey. Everybody, honey, I'll see you soon. Have a great week, everybody. And I'll see you Monday with Both Sides Now and Beyond with James. And it'll be a great show. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.